The lover archetype in relationships and dating in today's world. To Carl Jung's wisdom. In a world that seems to be constantly shifting, where dating apps and social media have redefined the way we connect with one another, the dynamics of relationships are far from what they once were. Yet despite all the technological advancements and cultural changes, the deep psychological forces that shape human connection remain unchanged. One of the most profound concepts for understanding human relationships comes from Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist whose ideas on archetypes have influenced psychology, literature, art, and even the way we look at love and dating today. Today, we're diving into one of Jung's most compelling archetypes, the lover. But this isn't just a theoretical exercise. We're going to explore how the lover archetype plays a significant role in modern relationships and dating, and why understanding it can help us build stronger, deeper connections with others. Whether you're navigating the complexities of a new relationship, feeling the weight of loneliness, or searching for deeper meaning in your romantic life, understanding the lover archetype can offer profound insights. But before we dive into how this archetype affects us today, let's first explore who the lover is and how this archetype manifests in different types of relationships. Carl Jung's theory of archetypes is based on the idea that there are universal patterns of behavior and images embedded in our unconscious mind. These patterns are deeply rooted in our shared human experience and manifest in myths, stories, and cultural symbols across the world. The lover archetype, one of Jung's most celebrated, represents the emotional, sensual, and passionate aspects of our psyche. The lover is driven by a deep yearning for connection, intimacy, and beauty. This archetype is about experiencing life to the fullest, opening oneself up to joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, in a quest to feel truly alive. It is the part of ourselves that seeks love, not just romantic love, but the love of life, of creativity, and of self-expression. In relationships, the lover is the part of us that seeks meaningful, intense connections. It thrives on emotional depth, vulnerability, and the ability to surrender to another person without fear. However, the lover is not just about romance. It's about finding harmony with our surroundings, our emotions, and our own inner world. This archetype connects us to the emotional currents of life, helping us form bonds not only with others, but also with ourselves. In Jungian psychology, the lover is often associated with the anima, the feminine aspect of the psyche in men, and the animus, the masculine aspect of the psyche in women. These inner figures represent the opposite gender within us and can influence the way we relate to others of the opposite sex. The lover archetype in this sense transcends gender and represents the universal human drive for emotional connection and intimacy. But how does this play out in today's world, particularly in the context of dating and relationships? Let's explore that further. In today's world, the landscape of relationships and dating is vastly different from the past. We live in a fast-paced digital age where communication happens through texts, likes, and emojis, and people meet through apps and social media platforms. In this environment, the lover archetype can sometimes get lost. The emphasis on instant gratification, superficial connections, and casual encounters can overshadow the deep emotional bonds that the lover thrives on. Many people today experience a longing for deeper connections, yet due to the pressures of modern dating, they often struggle to manifest the qualities of the lover archetype. This struggle isn't unique. It's something that many of us face when trying to find meaningful connections in a world that seems more focused on quick, surface-level interactions. So where does the lover fit in? The lover archetype shows up in modern relationships in the desire for emotional depth, authentic communication, and vulnerability. People who are in touch with their lover energy tend to value emotional intimacy and connection above all else. They don't just want to date, they want to experience real love, to merge their soul with someone else's, to feel as though they are living in a constant state of beauty and passion. And that's the thing about the lover. While they seek this connection, they also desire it to be transformative. They don't want to just exist with someone, they want to be fully alive with them. But modern relationships can sometimes present obstacles to this. The pressure of finding the one, of checking off boxes on dating apps, or the fear of rejection can block us from embracing the vulnerability required to express our true desires. It's easy to become disconnected from the lover archetype when we prioritize superficial traits over emotional connection, or when we protect ourselves too much to open up fully to another person. What happens when we lose touch with this archetype? We may experience relationships that are shallow, fleeting, and unfulfilling. We might seek excitement without depth, passion without commitment, or pleasure without connection. This leaves us longing for something more, something deeper, something real. The lover archetype reminds us that we are capable of experiencing deep emotional intimacy, and that real love, the kind that nourishes and transforms, requires vulnerability, authenticity, and the willingness to be fully seen by another. So, how do we navigate the world of modern dating while embracing the lover archetype? How do we allow this archetype to guide our relationships in a way that leads to real connection and intimacy? Embrace vulnerability. The lover archetype is all about emotional depth, and the key to achieving this is vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's the courage to be open and to share your innermost thoughts and feelings with another person. In a world where everyone is often guarded, allowing yourself to be vulnerable can create the space for authentic connection. Share your dreams, fears, hopes, and desires with your partner. This is where true intimacy begins. Seek emotional connection, not just physical attraction. In today's world, physical attraction often takes precedence over emotional connection. But the lover archetype is about much more than just physical chemistry. When you're dating or in a relationship, focus on developing a deep emotional bond. Ask your partner about their experiences, their emotions, and their inner world. Connect on a mental and emotional level as much as on a physical one. The physical connection will deepen and grow stronger when it's rooted in emotional intimacy. Don't settle for less than real love. The lover archetype craves passion, intensity, and authenticity in love. It doesn't settle for half-hearted connections or relationships that don't nourish the soul. If you find yourself in a relationship that feels shallow or emotionally unfulfilling, listen to the whispers of the lover archetype within you. It's telling you that you deserve more than just a surface-level connection. Wait for the relationship that makes you feel alive, passionate, and truly seen. Balance passion with self-love. The lover archetype is not only about loving others, but also about loving oneself. A deep connection with another person begins with a deep connection to yourself. Take time to nurture your own emotional and spiritual well-being and engage in activities that bring you joy, passion, and fulfillment. When you are in touch with your own lover energy, you become more capable of attracting and sustaining a fulfilling relationship. Live in the moment. The lover archetype thrives in the present moment. It's about embracing the beauty and intensity of each experience without worrying about what comes next. In relationships, this means enjoying the here and now with your partner, savoring the moments of connection, and letting go of the anxiety about the future. This doesn't mean neglecting long-term goals, but rather being fully present and appreciating the emotional experiences you share together in the moment. Now let's talk about the shadow side of the lover archetype. Every archetype has a shadow side, and the lover is no exception. While the lover brings beauty, passion, and connection, it also has its darker aspects. One of the shadow traits of the lover is the tendency to become overly dependent on external validation, seeking love and approval from others at the cost of self-worth. This can lead to an unhealthy reliance on relationships for emotional fulfillment, making it difficult to thrive independently. Another shadow aspect is the lover's potential to get lost in romantic idealization. This could lead to seeing relationships through rose-colored glasses and failing to recognize their flaws or the complexities of the partner. The result is often disappointment when reality doesn't measure up to the idealized fantasy. The lover can also manifest as someone who is overly indulgent in pleasure and avoids facing deeper emotional issues, seeking only immediate gratification. This can manifest in shallow relationships or an inability to commit to long-term intimacy. Understanding the shadow of the lover archetype allows us to recognize when we're falling into these patterns and correct course before we damage our relationships or ourselves. A keynote, the lover archetype is more than just a concept. It's a living, breathing energy within us all, guiding us to seek out meaningful, transformative connections. In today's world of fast-paced dating and shallow interactions, it's easy to lose sight of this deep yearning for authentic love. But by reconnecting with the lover within us, we can create relationships that nourish us on every level, emotionally, mentally, and physically. By embracing vulnerability, seeking emotional depth, and not settling for anything less than real love, we allow the lover archetype to guide us toward relationships that truly transform us. And by recognizing its shadow side, we can avoid the pitfalls of idealization and dependency, creating a balanced, fulfilling connection with ourselves and others. As we continue to navigate the complexities of modern dating, remember that the lover archetype is a beacon, an invitation to experience life and love in their most authentic and passionate forms. It's not just about finding love, it's about being fully alive in the process. So are you ready to embrace the lover archetype in your own relationships? The journey toward deeper connection and emotional intimacy is just a step away, and it starts with the courage to be vulnerable and to love fully, both yourself and others. If you want guidance on how to integrate them into your life, subscribe to this channel for more insightful content. Don't forget to leave a comment below or share how the lover archetype shows up in your life. Check out our playlist videos. We dive even deeper on Carl Jung's wisdom on other archetypes. Thank you.